What up, everybody? I am back. This is your host, Rob, back for another episode of She Said, He Said. And I have a very special guest, and her name is Vixen. Say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone. Super excited.
Vixen and I are very close. This is one of my best friends. And she sent me some topics for the show. And I was like, yeah, totally got to do all those. So we're going to jump right into it. And don't be sending me no freaky comments or text messages or emails about her, because I know she sounds sexy.
I will say, though, that you definitely have a radio voice. You change when you are live.
Yeah, you got to give them a little bit more, it's like...
Oh, my God.
All right, so we're gonna cover two topics. The first topic we're gonna talk about is social media, liking other male or female photos, following porn stars online, following your ex, liking pictures. Is that damaging or no big deal? Whew. So Vixen has taken 18 pages of notes.
Just one. Well, actually, two. You're absolutely right. Front and back.
So I'm gonna let you shoot first. The social media thing.
Okay.
What?
Oh, you want me to go? You want me to start with my thoughts?
Yeah. So like,
okay. So,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Well,
okay,
what I was gonna say is,
okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna read. So this is the way I organize my thoughts. So I'm gonna read like my introduction. Mm-hmm. And then I feel like that's going to kind of start us off a little bit, because I've listed like the major points in my head. So I feel like everybody needs to know, though, kind of like our background. Do you not agree? Like really quickly.
No.
White single female. You don't think so?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I definitely think so. White single female. Was in a long-term relationship where most of my opinions were formed. So we're going to have differing views, I feel like. But I'm going to go ahead and start us off, okay? So this is what I wrote down. Following, friending, liking is unnecessary, okay? It's an extracurricular activity. Mm-hmm. It's something to pass the time. And it's true. Think about it. It's kind of like a filler or like a fluff activity. So I feel like when you're scrolling through Instagram and you've got a news feed of tits and ass and also shoes and cool games, it's kind of like, I wish, well, you're a gamer, so it's kind of like, I wish I had this game, this pair of shoes. I wish I looked like him, being a male. I wish I had her as my girlfriend. I feel like it sets you up to be disappointed with your life, and that to me promotes disloyal thoughts. What's the point of it? It's unnecessary. When you double click to like a photo, it's kind of like, what have you done to better yourself? You've kind of just liked the fact that you are, A, attracted to whatever this photo is, if it's a girl or a pair of shoes, but it hasn't really done anything positively for you. It's just disappointed you because you realize what you don't have. And that's what I wrote down. That was my starting thought.
I disagree with you on quite a few things when it comes to that. Okay. You can't apply, I don't think you can apply that mentality to any and everything you see on there. Looking at the topic, we're talking about in the confines of a relationship, following exes and looking at this, let's keep it to the sexual content, basically.
Okay.
'Cause, I mean, I have a gaming company, so yeah, I like gaming pictures and I follow gaming companies because those are possible contacts I could have.
Exactly. And to me, that's not the negative thing.
Right. I do definitely believe it could be negative, but what about pre-existing relationships? Like,
what about pre-existing relationships?
Okay, let's say, all right, hypothetically, even though I know you want me, you and me were in a relationship, right? Let's say we were in a relationship. And one of my friends from college, that I've known 5, 6, maybe 7 years, took a really nice picture, and I liked it. You would have a problem with that?
Well, what do you kind of categorize as a nice picture?
A nice picture. I mean, she's sitting on the couch with a sweater on, smiling, and someone took a picture of her.
No, That bothers me to like my core.
It bothers you if I like another female's picture that's just my friend, even if she's like in Alaska.
Oh, well, okay.
Here's the point.
Yeah.
No, here's the point that I have.
Okay.
I don't think that there should be a freaking investigation every time I utilize my social media pages or like something or follow something. My thing is this: either I'm comfortable with you doing it or not. I do believe it's important to have a conversation about it though, because it's like, me personally, I don't care, because if we get to the point that we're together, I trust you. I have to trust you before I can be with you. So if I trust you, I'm not gonna be all up on that stuff. I'm on a paper chase anyway, so I ain't got time to really be following up on your social media. Mm-hmm. But now, if she's following, 12 inches all day long or something like that, yeah, I might have a problem with that, because it's like, what are you looking at? Like, what are you doing? I mean, I'm right here, Mr. 4 inches all day long, so,
I know that's not true.
What?
What?
but I'm just saying, yeah. But go ahead, back to what you were saying, though.
Okay, well, I guess my whole point is, when it comes to social media, it's just kind of like the big picture is why. Why do you need to like her picture? Why do you need to follow that particular porn star or that particular, company? Like, the reason why you follow gaming totally makes sense. The reason why you would like a friend's photograph, whether she's a male or a female, that makes sense to me. But why would you why would you want to incite, or knowing that you're going to incite some kind of argument or issue by liking a photograph that just doesn't need to be liked? Like it in your head. Don't double tap it and like to leave a paper trail. It kind of just sets you up for an argument. I mean, you can't tell me that if you happen to follow a really attractive model or like a really sexy
I do right now.
Yeah, well, you're single. So to me, that doesn't matter. But when you're in a relationship,
I gotta unfollow all of them.
I honestly will tell you that I judge wholeheartedly a guy by who he follows on Instagram.
So when we get together after this podcast, after our serious conversation, you're gonna make me give you my Instagram account, and you're gonna go through and make me unfollow them?
I think that I have kind of experienced a relationship and past relationships where guys are sneaky, and I think that they use social media as kind of a like a disguise and like some sort of tool to look at the unattainable when it comes to women. And I don't want to feel like I have to compete with these women that you're not going to get anyways. So why even have that? Like, why even? Well, sorry, but like,
that's
why
a true
make
statement,
it an issue? There's no way you're going to be dating Jennifer Aniston, so why like her naked photograph? I just don't understand. And my thing is, look, every guy, every woman has fantasies. Unless I'm involved in your fantasy, keep it to yourself. I don't need to see that you are liking cinnamon and fucking, I don't know.
Jiggle buns. Jiggle buns 35.
Best booties on Instagram. It just doesn't make me feel good about myself. And honestly, it makes me judge you, because why can't you just ask for a photo from me? I'll send you one.
Okay, well, you have my number, so I'm waiting. Yeah, that, you know what, and that's true. I think here's the flip side too, to play devil's advocate. I think you're right. I think you have to be very careful of who you follow, what you follow, and what you notate, because you attach yourself to it, and you can't help but think. We're all thinkers. Like, even in my past relationships, my exes have done things that made me think. I never really got to a point where I questioned their loyalty or trust, well, except for one of them, their loyalty or trust to the core, but it may have been a time or two I was like, but now I was like, whatever. But yeah, you're right. People, men and women, are sneaky, man, and they do a lot of stuff on social media. They do a lot of stuff on social media, and they try to hide it, So I definitely feel you on that. But to play devil's advocate, what if the guy tells you this, hey, you know I follow this website or this star or whatever, but it's because they do things that I want to do with you, and they give me ideas for stuff for our relationship. Is that a good enough reason?
What Instagram account are you following where you get ideas to bring into your own relationship? That's what I would like to know. Because are we now getting into like Googling how to like spice up your relationship, or are we sticking just to social media? Because in that case, I feel like absolutely I would be okay with that. If you show me where you are going and what you're looking at and how this can benefit our relationship, absolutely I'm fine with that. But if you are just following biggest tits in America on Instagram and liking every photo, I think it's weird.
Find that right now.
Perfect example. Okay, I'm not going to use names, but I will use actual relationships. My friend, and we'll just call her Nugget because she's real small and cute, but my friend Nugget has a boyfriend, and they've been dating for a while. They live together, and sometimes I like to go see what my friends' boyfriends are looking at on Instagram.
Wow. See that right? Wow, that right. Go ahead.
Okay, listen, okay, because you're going to be like, okay, no. Okay, so I looked up what Man Bun was looking at on Instagram, and he liked a 16-year-old Australian model's topless picture on Instagram. Tell me why. For what reason? What are you doing with that picture? Why?
Because he liked the picture that he saw.
Because he liked the picture. And my thing is, why?
I'm on Instagram liking titties right now. Don't even set
yourself up to fail, though.
I feel you. Yeah, 16-year-old. That's creepy.
Creepy.
Wow. So now you're making me wonder if any of my women I've dealt with had their friends hack my social media and look at what. Yeah, I'm pretty sure someone's gone through. Yeah, someone's gone 100%. Through my shit. Well, they were very disappointed because my shit is boring. If I'm talking about my work or some type of video game shit, so they were extremely disappointed with my shit. Because I'm smart too. Like if I'm gonna do some dirt like that, it's gonna be a text message or I'm gonna meet you somewhere where there's no trail. I mean,
exactly. Gone are the days where people would cheat and nobody would find out, where feelings could be intact because there was no paper trail, there was no document of your infidelity. But now I can see that shit all over the place, and it makes me more insecure because I know if I look for something, I'm going to find it. I know it. And I don't think that it's right. And I think that you should not put yourself in a situation where you're doomed to fail. So if you are eyeing that topless 16-year-old or that booty model, or if you're a girl and you're following big dicks or whatever, you're setting yourself up to fail. You are. Don't like it. Don't even follow it. It's not necessary. If you are in a monogamous relationship, then either include the person in your sexual fantasies or don't put yourself in a situation where you are inclined to cheat emotionally, physically. Even having those thoughts, I feel like, is wrong, but it's human nature. So don't use social media as an excuse to kind of promote those bad behaviors.
You know what? I'm going to wrap it up right there because that was freaking awesome. That was, yeah, I agree with you. You know, I mean, it should either be excluded or it should be inclusive.
I love it. Excluded or included. I totally love it. 100%.
You're going to tell your next guy that, aren't you? It's either included or excluded. He's going to be like, what the fuck?
I will tell you a funny story, though. When I first moved to Chicago and I went on, like, my first Bumble date, the first thing that I did when we followed each other on Instagram was I went and I looked to see what and I'm telling you, this motherfucker followed. Am I allowed to cuss on this?
Yeah.
This guy followed.
You can say whatever you want.
And strippers and pole dancers, and he had some friends, which doesn't bother me if you have female friends. But I'm talking like a lot of butt Instagrams. Like, how many butts do you need to see in a day?
And he wanted to go out with you because you have a nice ass. Like, I miss it.
And it made me judge him. Like, if this is what you have publicly on your Instagram. Your private computer webcam.
You know what he's doing. He's milking the cow, baby.
He probably goes through a lot of lotions.
Don't sit down at his house. Nah, well, But here's the thing too, though. Here's the thing too. When you're single, I mean, you're single. You're gonna do what you do. People are who they are before you get with them. Now that doesn't mean you could have. That doesn't mean you should. I don't think you should judge someone or discount them completely from what they follow. But I think their actions should shine through. Like, let's say I was doing the same thing you did, you know what I mean? It was a chick and I went on her social media pages and I saw, guys with abs and huge packages and all this other stuff. First of all, that makes me a creep because you can't bring it up to them because I'm like, I don't know you. Why are you stalking my social media? But relationship wise, you don't know if that person is willing to leave that stuff alone for you. And then at the same time, how do you know you're not worth it? If I unfollow these 40 pages and you break up with me next week, now I gotta go find them all again. And I like looking at, but yeah, I feel you though. And then, you know what? It tells you a lot about a person as well, though. I mean, he might not have been getting none. So them booties be putting on the bed at night.
Yeah, no, and I agree with that. And it is all about actions. So I guess to kind of honor your point, there should be some sort of leeway, like some sort of compromise. Like, hey, I see that you, follow a lot of girls. It kind of makes me uncomfortable. And I feel like his or her reaction is what really determines whether or not you can be with that person and trust that person. So that makes sense.
All right, totally awesome. Anything else on this topic? We're going to wrap this one up.
No, I think I'm good.
All right, so moral of the story. Within the confounds of a relationship, or even when you start to get in the dating world, clean up your social media. Either it's excluded or included. Mm-hmm. But be ready to have open dialogue about it, because here's the other thing you got to think too. There are outside influences in your relationship, whether you want there to be or not. Looking at people dating now, a lot of people's parents and stuff are on social media, and they're gonna send you friend requests. So before you hit that accept button, you need to think about it. You don't want to be caught at Thanksgiving dinner and your girl's mom is like, "Oh, you want to let me follow you on Instagram? Oh, sure, Miss Smith." And you hit accept. She gonna go through there. So you need to think about, Big Titty Brenda before you hit the accept button. And then she's texting her daughter like, do you know he's like looking at, big nipple whores on Instagram? Like, so it's like it can come back to haunt you and come back to hurt you. So I would just say clean it up. Keep it clean, man. And here's the other thing you guys need to remember. Once you put it on the internet, it's out there forever. The delete button does not... There's a thing called screenshots, okay? So, yeah.
Somewhere out in the world, there is a middle school picture of me wearing a tank top with the word MILF on it. Things in the internet don't go away.
Wow.
11 years old, and I didn't even know what that meant. I think I thought that they misspelled milk. I don't know. So yeah, that's a good point. All right, so we're done with this one, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna close. Let me close this episode out. I'm gonna close it out. We're gonna do another one. So this has been part 1 with Vixen, talking about social media basically and the impact it can have on your relationship, following inappropriateness. We didn't talk about following your ex. We need to get back on that. I'm gonna put that in the next one. All right, yo, we're gonna break this up into 2 parts. This is part 1. Stay tuned for part 2.